Probe Commission investigating the Yeti airline crash on 15th of January has submitted its preliminary report. Even as the report has pointed out human errors leading to the fatal crash, it has also given way to widespread speculations. The fact that the report suggested against landing from the West Front to the runway 12, the route taken by the ill-fated Yeti Airlines, signifies that flight crew alone should not be made the scapegoat in the worst domestic aviation disaster of the country. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. NC lawmaker Chandra Bhandari, who was severely injured in a cooking gas explosion, flown to Mumbai for further treatment. Bhandari's mother, Harikala, also injured in the incident, passes away. Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Sudan Kirati, says international flights will soon operate from Pokhara International Airport. Fears of diseases grow in Hatay province, one of the worst-hit earthquake states in southern Turkey. Rescuers pull alive 2 people and some children 10 days after the disaster. And Nepal braces for a tough match against Scotland in the ongoing ICC World Cricket League 2 series. The outcome of the match will depend on Nepali batters. Member of the House of Representatives of Nepali Congress, Chandra Bhandari, who was severely injured in a fire caused by the explosion of cooking gas, has been taken to India for treatment. His mother, Harikala, who was injured in the same incident, has passed away. Injured parliamentarian Bhandari has been taken to Mumbai in a chartered flight of Sri Airlines. He will undergo treatment at the National Burn Centre of Mumbai. According to Minister for Health and Population Padam Giri, Bhandari was sent to India for further treatment after the recommendation of doctors of Kantipur Hospital. Bhandari's mother, Harikala, who was also injured in the incident, could not survive and breathed her last during treatment at the Kantipur Burn Hospital. She was taken to the hospital when more than 70% of her body had suffered injuries. Doctors involved in the treatment of parliamentarian Bhandari have said that he has suffered around 25 to 30% injuries in his face, hand and legs. The doctors also concluded that his treatment was not possible in Nepal as his respiratory system could have suffered injuries because of hot air and smoke. Before Bhandari was taken to India, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba, among other leaders and cadres of Nepali Congress and other parties, had reached the hospital to take stock of his condition. Bhandari and his mother, Harikala, were injured last night at their residence in Buddhanagar, Kathmandu, when a cooking gas exploded. Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Sudan Kirati, has said that international flights will soon begin from Pokhara International Airport. Addressing a press meet organized at the Pokhara International Airport today, Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Kirati, said that diplomatic efforts were underway to begin international flights from Pokhara at the earliest. Informing about ongoing dialogues with ambassadors of India and China, among other countries, Minister Kirati said that maximum efforts were being made for international flights from Pokhara. In a different context, Minister Kirati said that the President was the symbol of national unity and therefore a candidate fitting the roles envisioned by the Constitution was being sought after. Nepal police have arrested additional 15 individuals involved in vandalizing, arson and theft in Lotse Mall in the capital's Gongabu last Monday. Police have said that the arrests have been made based on the CCTV footages. The incident had occurred on Monday earlier this week in the name of protest by transport operators and businesses. Police have been searching those involved in the incident. The head of the Valley Crime Investigation Office, Manoj Keshsi, has informed that 15 more individuals have been arrested today. Police had arrested 13 individuals yesterday. Chief Minister of Gandaki Province, Khagraj Adhikari, has expressed grievances regarding the failure in transfer of rights and jurisdiction from the federal government to the provincial government. Addressing a special program organized to mark the 6th anniversary of the establishment of the Province Assembly, Chief Minister Adhikari shared his grievances. Other speakers at the program stressed on the need for the province to increase its own resources and the role of the government and the parliament to formulate laws for strengthening the province structure by constructing required infrastructures. They also added that laws had to be formulated regarding collaboration between the federal, provincial and local governments, and their effective implementation had to be ensured. The Gandaki Provincial Assembly endorsed 61 laws during its first term. Professors of Mahindra Morang Adarsha Multiple Campus have taken it to protest with demand of implementation of agreements reached with the Tribhuvan University. Addressing a protest program held at the campus, Professor Surya Nepal said that they were compelled to protest again as the past agreements were not implemented. Agitating professors have added that they will continue their protest and obstruct regular academic operation if their demands continue to remain ignored. The professors have demanded the implementation of the basic remuneration set by the Tribhuvan University. A youth from Rautahat has been staging a hunger strike for the past 4 days. His concern is the delay and failure in completion of a bridge over the Lal Bakaiya River even after 8 years of laying of the foundation stone. A local resident and media professional of Rautahat, Sanjay Sahani, has been staging a hunger strike with his grievance over the failure in completion of the bridge over the Lal Bakaiya River connecting Gaur Municipality and Ishnath Municipality of Rautahat, even in 8 years since the laying of the foundation stone. Erstwhile Prime Minister late Sushil Koirala had laid the foundation stone for the bridge at Gaur Municipality, Ward number 4, Tikulia Ghat on the 15th of November 2014. However, construction works of the bridge have yet to be completed despite the lapse of 8 years, which compelled Sahani to hold the hunger strike since Monday. While the bridge was expected to complete by mid-July of 2017, more than 50% works have yet to be accomplished. The contract of the 225-meter-long bridge was assigned to a company at 168,600,000 rupees by the Office of the Road Division. Depositors have been agitated as operators of Shiva Shikhar Multipurpose Cooperatives Limited of Thangadi, Kailali have gone out of contact. The depositors have been agitated as the operators of the cooperatives are now at large after failing to return their money taken in the pretext of expanding the commercial network of the entity across the country. They have sought assistance from the administration for the arrest of the operators of the cooperatives and return of their money. Around 2,600 depositors have deposited around 6 billion rupees at the cooperative. They have also formed a struggle committee to protest against the cooperative. According to Kailali administration, High Court Dipayal has issued an order for the arrest of the operators of the cooperative while efforts have been initiated for the return of funds. Office of the cooperative has been locked for almost 2 weeks while the operators are out of contact. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question: what should be done to reduce the pressure of cases at courts? Your options are A. Timely hearing, B. Appoint required judges, and C. Active role of judicial committees. Voting is on. Tap any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. The Turkish province of Hatay, one of the worst hit areas by the deadly earthquake, is facing a new threat of disease outbreaks after water and sanitation infrastructure was severely damaged, coupled with shortages in medical resources and staff after at least 2 hospitals in the region collapsed. As last Monday's devastating magnitude 7.7 earthquake and several aftershocks toppled numerous buildings and displaced hundreds of thousands of people in the region, the province of Hatay is now littered with garbage and other filth. Experts have warned that there could be an outbreak of infectious diseases if debris is not cleared in time. The extremely serious damage to infrastructure has made the victims face many difficulties in basic life. While drinking water is available, other problems such as interrupted tap water and domestic water have not been solved, making it impossible for those fleeing the disaster to wash and rinse. In addition, the lack of mobile and portable toilets and the shortage of water for toilet flushing also aggravated the risk of infectious disease outbreaks. Health experts have particularly warned that people should stay on high alert to possible respiratory and intestinal disease in children. At least 2 hospitals in Hatay collapsed during the devastating quake, causing shortage of medical resources and staff, especially with many people injured and affected. Meanwhile, a man was pulled from the rubble of a destroyed building in Antakya more than 228 hours after a deadly earthquake hit southern Turkey and Syria. Video footage released by Istanbul municipality showed the moment the man was rescued and carried away by emergency teams. Likewise, a 74-year-old woman was rescued after spending 226 hours trapped under earthquake rubble in Kahramanmaraş. The combined death toll in Turkey and Syria has climbed to more than 41,000, and millions are in need of humanitarian aid, with many survivors having been left homeless in near freezing winter temperatures. New Zealand stepped up recovery efforts after Cyclone Gabrielle left at least 5 people dead and displaced 9,000 in the country's most damaging storm in decades. Houses in the rural settlement were inundated with slit, while cars were flipped or submerged in mud and floodwater. Roughly 102,000 people remain without power, down from a peak of 225,000. Gabrielle, which hit New Zealand on Sunday before making its way down the east coast of the North Island, cut off entire towns, washed away farms, bridges and livestock, and inundated homes, stranding people on rooftops. Students from Michigan State University gathered on Wednesday to stage a sit-in protest, calling for more gun control measures following a deadly shooting which shocked the campus 2 days prior. The sit-in protest, which was joined by several elected officials, was held in front of the Michigan State Capitol after the attack at the MSU campus on Monday left three students dead and 5 others critically injured. Many grief-stricken youngsters say they are fed up of living in fear following yet another mass shooting incident. The suspect, 43-year-old Anthony Dwayne McRae, turned the gun on himself after the attack and had no known ties to the university, according to police, who say an investigation into a potential motive is ongoing. Authorities also revealed that they found a note in the suspect's pocket that threatened other shootings hundreds of kilometers away in the U.S. state of New Jersey. Floral tributes continue to be left at the locations where the attack took place. The Spartan statue, which depicts the university's mascot, has become the symbolic center point for campus grief. Students who were on the university grounds at the time of the attack described the horror that unfolded. Paraguay and Taiwan are united by destiny, Paraguayan President Mario Abdo said on Thursday during a visit to the island ahead of an election in April that could see the Latin American country ditch Taipei for Beijing. Paraguay is one of only 14 countries to have formal diplomatic relations with Chinese-claimed Taiwan, and Beijing has been stepping up efforts to get those remaining allies to abandon Taipei. Paraguay would cut diplomatic ties with Taiwan and open relations with China if the opposition wins the election, its presidential candidate Efrain Alegre has said, hoping to boost economically important soy and beef exports. Abdo is not standing again for the presidency. Paraguay's Taiwan ties have been under pressure in recent years, especially from the country's beef producers and farmers who see the relationship as an obstacle to gaining access to the world's largest market for their products. China views Taiwan as one of its provinces with no right to state-to-state ties, a position Taipei hotly disputes. China's targeting of Taiwan's allies has taken on broader geopolitical significance amid U.S. concerns about Beijing expanding its influence in Latin America and the Caribbean, where many of Taipei's remaining friends are located. North Koreans laid flowers in front of statues of the country's late leaders in capital Pyongyang earlier today, state media reported, to mark the 81st birth anniversary of former leader Kim Jong-il. In a footage provided by the North's official news agency KCNA, Pyongyang residents, officials and soldiers were seen laying flowers and bowing in front of statues of North Korean founder Kim Il-sung and his son Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill. The video also showed Pyongyang residents in face masks walking on the streets decorated with North Korean flags and celebratory protest posters. Kim Jong-il's birthday on February 16 is known as the Day of Shining Star and has been celebrated as a national holiday. Kim Jong-il, who died of a heart attack on December 17, 2011, led the reclusive state for 17 years. Avalanches caused by heavy snow have killed at least 10 people in Tajikistan's eastern Gorno-Badakhsha region. The Committee for Emergencies has further said an avalanche destroyed several buildings in the region's capital, Koror, killing 8 people. According to the committee, avalanches killed 2 other people in the town of Vanj and on the highway linking the capital Dushanbe with the city of Varzov. Mountains covered 93% of the Central Asian country's territory, and avalanches and mudslides kill dozens of people every year. Now for sports update.
Sports news.
Host Nepal are to take on Scotland in the ICC World Cricket League 2 series clash slated for tomorrow. Team Nepal must display an impressive all-round performance against Scotland, who are the strongest of the 7 sides competing in the tournament. Nepal are looking to secure their second successive win at the tournament. The host had secured a 2-wicket win over Namibia in their first match, where they met a massive target of 286 runs, a record chase for Nepal in one-day international ODI cricket. Opener Kushal Bhutel had scored his maiden ODI century in ensuring Nepal's victory. Meanwhile, Scotland themselves thrashed Namibia by 10 wickets to mark a confident start to the series. With the home condition and a backing of the electric crowd support, Nepal skipper Rohit Paudel had said that his side will carry the confidence and energy from the win against Namibia in tomorrow's match. Meanwhile, Scotland batter George Munsey had said that the conditions favourable for spinners will be a major test for his side. Scotland have already won the League 2 following their win against Namibia, while a win against them will keep Nepal's hopes of finishing among the top 3 alive. With 20 points from 25 matches, Nepal are placed 6th in the points table and must win at least 8 of the remaining 11 matches to retain their ODI status. With 4 matches played between Nepal and Scotland in the League 2 series, Nepal have won only 1 of them. The match, which will be played at the Tribhuvan Cricket Ground in Kantipur, will begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow. More than 8,000 athletes are to participate in the 17th edition of the Pokhara Marathon slated for Saturday. Participants from 16 nations have registered their names for the marathon. At a press meet held today, organizers Export Person Forum informed that all the preparations for the marathon have been completed. Participants from countries including Kenya, Ethiopia, the United States of America, Switzerland, India and France, among others, are to compete at the event. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.